Hi guys, this video exists to explain lesson 14.9, which is about introducing Mexico. In this video, I'm going to give you both a reading, and I'm also going to make sure you know exactly what's expected of you, okay? So if we look at step 1, we have to read about Mexico. So you're responsible for completing this whole 3-page reading and learning a little bit more about the attractions, Spanish rule, and an overview of Mexico. So, Mexico, geography. Mexico has a very diverse landscape. There are thick rainforests in the south and east, deserts in the north, and mountains and deep canyons in the center. The peninsula in the southeast of Mexico is called the Yucatan, and it was once home to the Mayan civilization. Nature. Mexico is an excellent place for many animals to live. It's a refuge, which means a safe place, for animals that flee from the heat in the south and the cold in the north. The deserts in the north are home to many kinds of plants and animals that are able to survive in hot and dry conditions. Tropical plants and spectacular animals like jaguars can be found in the rainforests in the south. History. The Olmec Society was one of the first civilizations around 1200 BC in the southeast of Mexico. After the Olmec Society had come to an end, several other civilizations followed. These included the Mayans, the Toltecs, and the Aztecs. These civilizations were very advanced for their time. They built massive pyramids and created all kinds of art and studied the stars. The Spanish arrived in Mexico at the beginning of the 16th century. By that time, the Aztec people ruled over all parts of Mexico. The Spanish invaders brought all kinds of diseases, like smallpox, which eventually infected and killed the Aztec people. Many Aztec people and their cities were destroyed by the Spanish. The Spanish colonizers ruled Mexico until 1821. Government and economy. Mexico is a country with great potential and also with a great deal of problems. They have a lot of natural resources, such as silver and oil. However, the government and the economy are often failing and are unreliable. Many people in Mexico struggle to have a decent life. Many Mexicans try to cross the border to the USA to find work and a better chance at life. Every year, thousands of Mexicans try to migrate to the United States. Spanish rule of Mexico. In 1519, Hernan Cortes, a Spanish explorer, reached the southeast of Mexico. Cortes was the leader of a small group, but soon began to conquer more land. It was Cortes's goal to defeat the Aztecs in Tenochtitlan and claim all their wealth. On their way to the capital city of Aztec, Cortes made alliances with local kingdoms that were resentful to the Aztecs. This enabled him to get more soldiers. When Cortes reached Tenochtitlan, he was welcomed with many gifts from the Aztec emperor. Soon after, Cortes and his army set up in a camp Tenochtitlan. They became worried that the Aztecs planned an attack on them. Cortes decided to attack first, and bloody battles ensued. In 1521, the Aztec emperor surrendered. Cortes defeated the Aztecs with an army of 50,000 soldiers, most of whom were indigenous allies. After the Aztec Empire had been defeated, Spain called their new colony the Viceroyalty of New Spain. Tenochtitlan was now called Mexico City, that name should ring a bell, and became the capital. Most of the Aztec buildings and temples were destroyed, and the Spanish constructed new buildings in their own style. After the Spanish colonists had achieved full control over most of Central America, many mines were set up. Natural resources like silver and gold were shipped back to Spain. The Catholic Church sent many missionaries to Mexico. They wanted to persuade the local people to follow the principles of Christianity. In the 17th century, many people from Spain moved to Mexico. The population of New Mexico grew, and Spanish became the language for government and daily business. The indigenous people of Mexico became increasingly unhappy with the colonial system in their country. They were frustrated about the way the government was treating them. They weren't allowed to have powerful positions in government. In 1810, thousands of Mexican people united and decided to fight for their independence. In several regions in Mexico, fights broke out. The people wanted the Spanish rule to end and wanted to be treated equally. Many people died during this turbulent time, which lasted for more than 10 years. Finally, in 1821, Mexico became an independent country. Last but not least, we have attractions in Mexico. Our first one here is the Pyramid of the Sun. The Pyramid of the Sun was built in the 2nd century AD in the city of Teotihuacan. The name of this pyramid was given by the Aztecs. However, the structure was built by the Tenochtitlans, which was an ancient Mexican civilization. The pyramid is the 3rd largest in the world and was built without the use of any metal tools, pack animals, or even wheels. The structure is 700 feet wide and 200 feet tall. The pyramid has caves, which were supposedly believed to have served as gates to the underworld in ancient Mexican mythology. Next, we have the Palace of Fine Arts. This is the cultural center of Mexico City. It was built between 1904 and 1934. The building consists of a theater, a museum, and a concert hall. Tulum is located on the Yucatan Peninsula and was a walled Mayan city. The ruins stand on a 39-foot cliff and was one of the last inhabited cities of the Mayans. This place offers a spectacular view over the Caribbean Sea. Moreover, the site has now become very popular with tourists who want to enjoy the ruins as well as the tropical beaches. Now we have the Metropolitan Cathedral, and it's located in Mexico City, and it's the largest and oldest cathedral in Latin America. It was built in the late 16th century, and during that time the Spanish colonists destroyed the Aztec temples and constructed churches to convert the indigenous to Christianity. The National Palace is the residence of the Mexican president, so this is like their White House. The palace is located on the main square of Mexico City. The building was constructed by Hernán Cortés after the fall of the Aztec Empire and was used by the Spanish who ruled Mexico. Lastly, we have the ruins of Chichen Itza, which was once a major Mayan city. It's located on the Yucatan Peninsula, which used to be a territory of the Mayan civilization. The construction of the ancient site began in the 7th century AD. The Temple of Kukulkan is the most famous structure of Chichen Itza. It is a 79-foot pyramid that honored the Mayan god of Kukulkan. The ancient structure has 365 steps, with each step representing a day of the Mayan calendar. So this summarizes the 3 readings I wanted you to learn. If we go back to our lesson for the day, you'll see that you have 2 videos to watch. They're really interesting. And then you're going to be playing a quizzes. I know you've done this in language arts before. Please know that it's very, very similar to the Kahoot game that we often play. You're going to go to the activity, sign in, and take this quiz game online. This quiz game is going to count for your overall score for the day. But there's a catch. You can play it as many times as you need, okay? So once you have done the reading, and you've completed the reading by watching this video, watch the 2 videos, and then done the quizzes, you're done for the day. I would recommend studying the reading for today before you do the quizzes, just to be safe. Good luck!